folks, my name is Adam Truax. I'm here today to talk about one of the few times we will actually discuss why it's important to have a website on the blog. On other times we might talk about how better to optimize your website and how to get more from your online interactions and activities. But today we're going to specifically focus on why you need a website. Now, to most small businesses and small business owners, most people growing up in and around my generation, we kind of understand this concept that every business really does have to have a website, and that people kind of expect you to have a website, and that's really the direction that it's going. And we have done some market research, and I was surprised at how many of the responses simply referred to the fact that the people just haven't got around to it yet, or people are just too lazy to really dive in and get it done. And to be honest, it's just not a good enough excuse. And I don't say that just to get you to get a website from us specifically, but I do say that to help you understand that it is important to grow your business in the online community. And I'll give you many reasons why. First off, you need to use your website as a home base. I mean, we're all communicating and interacting and involving ourselves in Twitter, Facebook, YouTube in some sort of fashion, and so you need your website to coordinate all of these efforts. Other examples could be you could have multiple company websites. You could have Google Maps as part of your online focus. You really need to focus on your Google and your search engine optimization there. You do have to have your business cards need to point in the direction of your website, and any flyers and brochures need to point in the direction of your website. So it all kind of culminates around this one entity that is your online presence, and all signs point to your website, and your website points to all things involved in your business. So the big thing that I really want to get here is I'll cover specifically why you need a website at the end, but also I want to turn your website more from just an online brochure into a resource for your customers. And this is a big reason for why you ultimately need the website, is because you want your business to be a resource for your customers. You want to help your customers because they feel it's all part of the perceived value that they get out of interacting and being a part of, and ultimately giving their money and time into your business. So linking to all these external resources like your Facebook and Twitter, and having quality resources for them to tap into gives them more perceived value for your business. So here we go. Here's a couple points to summarize an article that you can reference here in the written blog content. So let's recount some of the major messages here. One, you need a website, and people, the focus shouldn't really be that you need to be proven or really sold on this concept nowadays. Two, if you have a website and it's bad, you need to step that up from a poor quality website to a quality professional website. Three, you need your website to be a home base. Four, you really need to make your website a resource or a pointer to your resources, or both ways. Why? This relationship needs to be win-win for your stakeholders. You need to ultimately gain revenue, and they ultimately need to get something of value, right? We all know that in business we're not just trying to sell something that's useless for money. We ultimately want to give something of value to get value. Now, our website also should focus on our business goals. Again, we talked about goals last week. Very important to coordinate our communication and interaction efforts, and your website definitely is a part of your communication and interaction efforts. And so focus your goals onto your website. Maybe have a separate set of goals for what your website is specifically trying to accomplish. Maybe it's a particular step in the process. Maybe a big part of customer acquisition is on your website, getting people to sign up and buy things online. Maybe that is your main source of customer acquisition, is you run a store on your website, and that is your revenue stream there. And here I'll end with 8 points on why we have to have a website. Online marketing is huge. It's cost effective, and it is effective if you're doing it properly. 2, you need to educate your customers. They need information on you, and ultimately you can get information on them and educate yourself about them. 3, it works for you 24/7. The website is always online. It doesn't ever close like a store might, and it doesn't ever go to sleep like you might, whereas your website is always on, it's always awake, and it's always working. It helps provide important information about you, like your location and your stores, hours of operation. It helps you communicate more than just that to your customers, but it helps that two-way communication and developing that relationship. We touched on that in a previous week on the blog. Helps build your credibility as a brand. I know if I Google up a place that I'm going to and it doesn't have a website, or it has a bad website, I walk into that store or that event with kind of a low perception of that store or event, and it really takes a lot to win me back if a website is frustrating to navigate or frustrating to deal with and I can't get accomplished what I need to on it. 7, it'll help you research your markets. As customers interact with you, you get more information from them, and it allows you to understand really what these people are doing. Through our own online efforts, we have gotten a lot of research information from small and medium-sized businesses on why they don't currently have websites yet. So the statement that I made at the beginning of the blog that we had done research was taken from secondary research, stuff that is out there and existing, and also our own primary research, and they both collaborated on this one. And lastly, customers just expect it. I know I certainly expect a business to have and operate a good quality, professional, and effective website, and that's pretty much the bottom line. I added my own point here. These points are from a poster named Marlin on a site, and you can get to that blog post yourself by checking out the written content form on our Tumblr blog. And I added a point to it, and it's just the way the world is going. The world is moving to online. Ultimately, in the next 20 years, everybody will have grown up and been around when computers have existed. Computers soon will be at a point where have existed for a person's entire life. Also the internet. People will start growing up in the day and age where the internet has always existed, and it's just the way they're going. Those people know how to manipulate these technologies, and they will be always using them and referencing them for purchase decisions in the future. So embrace that. Don't fight it. There's no point in fighting something that is inevitable. The whole world will ultimately be using computers and be on the internet and have their smartphones. Who knows what's going to happen next with that, but there's some very cool stuff happening that we're looking into and researching. So just get onto it and make a website and make it a good quality one, because ultimately it will increase your revenue streams. It'll help accomplish the goals of your business that we spoke to last week in increasing awareness, acquisition and retention of your customers, and it'll just be fun. It'll be fun for you to sit down and develop a cool website where people can interact with you and communicate with you. So again, if you enjoyed the content, feel free to subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can also subscribe to the written content down below on the Tumblr blog. You can like us on Facebook or check me out on Twitter to get some cool updates on what's going on in the business and marketing world. So you guys have a good one, and I will talk to you next week.